Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello friends, how are you? How are you doing? I'm pretty much hopeful that you will be doing great. At the start, I would like to wish you great luck for the rest of your life. God bless you and your family. Well, my friends, I would like to introduce myself. I'm basically an engineer, professional engineer, technocrat with business management background. Been heading important segment in the German MNC abroad. Well, my friend, the important point that here I would like to discuss about the governance, that the countries that they are practicing to establish an environment for their own citizens that they could have a perfect life, a very excellent life, amazing life. I would say it's a trouble-free life. And the government can provide them the facility that they can enjoy a high quality of living. So you cannot, of course, you cannot guess or anticipate or observe, for example, until you would not spend time amongst them. So I've traveled across the globe, from Far East Asia to Central Europe, from Central Europe to Western Europe, and of course Eastern Europe, and then to Middle East, South Asia. So I have seen different parts of the world. I've lived among these communities. I have interacted with these communities. I've seen their custom culture, and I've seen their style of living, that how the peoples they are enjoying their life in their own countries, which we call a social welfare state. And of course, at the same times, when you observe them, and they are human beings like you. So how their governments are performing, the way they are helping their own citizens to live a high quality life, and why don't we have back in our own country? Here's the problem. So that's why this is very important. For example, I would like to discuss with you sort of perception nowadays. In our country, my friends, that there is a discussion going on, like for example, a state versus the market, public sector versus the private sector, neoliberal versus the interventionist. It's a kind of binary system, which is not only unhelpful, but it has created confusion. And even it has not only created confusion, it has promoted adversarial relationships in Pakistan. This is really, my goodness, it should not have happened. Well, my friends, as we understand that there are different models across the globe, there are different models and the structures of the governance in the world. For example, we can mention here from Nordic model to social democrat, from Anglo-Saxon to East Asian version. There is a continuum of functions performed by the state, society, and the private sector, but there is a broad agreement across the board that the government in the developing country has to take care of the following parameters. For example, the government has to provide internal and external security for the people. The government has to collect the tax. The government has to maintain a system for a macroeconomic stability. The government has to take care of the sound financial system of the country. The government has to conduct a foreign affairs with a high level of wisdom and with a high level of vigilance, as you know that. So our country is of course one of the hot spots across the globe, and it has a very strong geostrategic location. The powers are eyeing at. So we have to be very, very careful. We have to keep the balance in this whole process. Well, again, the government has to establish a system, an educational system in which we can produce a skilled worker, which is very, very important and necessary for the economic growth of the country. Well, the government has to regulate a framework in which the private sector and the public sector can perform efficiently. The government has to also regulate the framework to help communities to participate in the development program. The government has to provide a basic infrastructure facilities, clean water, sanitation, etc. The government has to take care for the maintenance of law and order. The government has to introduce a sort of system which we normally call it a system which is quite feasible. I would say it's a kind of local government system that the power can be transferred to the grassroots level. That at the grassroots level, the people who are living can enjoy the benefit directly from the government through a specific process. This is very important. So these are the parameters, my friends, that the governments need to practice and need to perform in a way to make it a welfare state. This is very important for all of us, and we need to be vigilant to select our leaders that who should literally be capable of delivering services or results that if someone would have been in the social welfare state and will be delivering results accordingly. So this is very important. It's not all about sentiments or, for example, affiliation. So you have to be very, very careful. You need to observe across the board. You need to check each and everything. This is very important. So we will continue to discuss a long way, but the important thing is, but these important parameters has to be established in a way that can be functioned to give a result as we, as the public in this country, can expect. This is very important. And definitely we need, well, in fact, the systems are here. But the problem is, sometimes, sorry to say, we can say why we are not performing, but the system is there, but it's not functioning well. There are loopholes, so we need to find out these loopholes as soon as possible. This is very important. At the end of the day, it's the responsibility of the government as well. It's the responsibility of the government as well, at the same time, the responsibility of the people. So, my friends, really, I want to discuss a lot more, but maybe we will do it later on. So I will try to explain, share sort of my own experience in abroad in a detail, that how the government institutions are performing and how the people they are benefiting from these institutions. Well, inshallah, we will meet again. And this is what actually I was thinking that, so that's why I thought that I should come up and share some ideas at this vlog, at this platform specifically. So please take a good care of yourself, and until the next time, bye-bye.